night, everyone. Welcome to another live. Welcome to Junior Flow Show. Woo! Sorry for being 2 minutes late. For some reason, something happened to my other computer, and I had to switch to this one. So I was late 2 minutes. I am sorry, but guys, I am very happy. Got some very special guests tonight. Um, Different ideas, but all getting together in the same projects. And that's what I like about the community. That's what I like about crypto. You get to get along with other people and get brilliant ideas together. That's when you get the greatness happening. So I want to bring somebody up that you guys already know. We didn't get, since I had this little technical problem, we didn't get time to check mic or anything like that. But this is the flow, right? We don't check. We just talk. We just hang out. We just us, right? Nothing here are pretending. Nothing here is we asked questions before. We wrote it down what we wanted to ask. This is just regular talk. That's how we want to do it. That's how we always done to the channel. So I want to bring my friend. I was just gonna say the name already, but he is one of the best CEOs out there. He's one of the best YouTubers out there as well. Gotta give him a shout out for that as well. I want to bring him up, my buddy, to Bit. Welcome up, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just tell me you can hear me on the microphone. That would be good news.
Yes, it's also, is my mic good as well?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, it's like we pre-planned this. That's what I would say. But yeah, how you doing, man? Good to be back.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Good to have you here once again. I'm great, man. Just had a very rough day. I feel like I'm living back in New York. My city's, is growing a lot and the traffic is horrible. And I used to take like 10 minutes to drive miles away. And now it's like 40, 50 an hour for something that used to take me 10 minutes.
That's
So,
not what you need. That is not what you need. No one needs that in their
yeah,
life.
but I'm good. Good day. I'm always good when we have our lives. I get excited. I like to hang out with all of you. So I'm hyped.
Yeah, no, it's
But
good to be back. It's always good to be on your show, and yeah, just good to reconnect. I think Vern will be jumping on soon as well. So
he's
he
here.
was
I'm gonna bring him up right now.
perfect.
I was just
He was
gonna
taking care of a few
finish
bits.
that to say, well, it's the first time that he's coming up on the channel. He's been here in the past watching, commenting, but it's the first time that we bring him up. I was gonna, make a little suspense on who was gonna come up, but you already
do
said
it. Do it. Otherwise, he's gonna have a go at me. So pretend I never said
but
anything.
I want to bring the one and only. You guys already know who it is. My man, Crypto Vern. What's up, man? Good night.
Hey.
You muted. You muted. I don't know. It's not here. That is
The suspense is killing us, Vern.
right. That is all my fault because I should have been here a few minutes before, but I had technical problems. So, but
I mean, I didn't struggle. I got mine right, but look, we're not going to hold it against him.
I'm gonna bring him down and bring him back up again so he can talk. Just kidding. Let me check if there's anything I can do. No, your mic is
Testing.
Yes.
All right.
Woo.
Here we go. Because if you're on Zoom, you got to do it a different way. If you're on StreamYard, you got to connect. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, how y'all doing?
Yeah, man. Different places, different ways to do it. Everybody gets confused. We're good. I am hyped. I'm excited. I got a little scared today on the market, man, following up, doing some trades. But I don't know. Things are crazy with Bitcoin. Let me tell you something. I've never seen Bitcoin doing like a 5-10% in like 2-3 minutes. I've never seen nothing like this. And I was just watching the chart today. I don't know if it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, around there. But it just went and so this is what happened. I lost a little bit of money on that trade, but it's okay. We win, we lose, it happens. But I don't know if you guys sometimes do like on leverage. You guys trade on that or no?
I do, but I shouldn't do. And I
Right?
don't publicly announce that I did, but I couldn't help but take the trade on the back of the Trump executive orders. Interesting enough, Bitcoin bouncing back as well, exactly as we thought it would do. So yeah, but I don't do it a lot, by the way. I wouldn't say that's my forte at all, actually.
Well, I mean, I don't encourage anybody to do it. First, do your own research a lot before you get into that, because the chances are you probably will lose money if you don't know what you're doing. Because it's not always win, but if you get 2 out of 3 wins, then you're good. But right when I got in the trade today, man, it was the same candle, and it was funny. I'm like, man, where is my luck? Because this had nothing to do with me. So I placed the order. Right when I placed the order, like it wasn't even like 20 seconds. Like right when I placed the order, it was like your order is placed, and then I just saw the candle going up. But I was doing leverage, and I was betting that it was gonna go down. So when I did my trade, that huge candle, I was like, are you serious? And my problem was I did something stupid. I should have done with how do you guys call it?
Stop loss.
Stop. I should have done with the stop loss, and I never
Yeah.
put
I mean,
stop loss.
first of all, that's like leverage 101, and I don't leverage trade. If you don't have a stop loss, you're going to stop and lose.
Yeah,
But
it's painful.
it's money
Yeah.
to play. Nothing like I cannot lose. It was it wasn't much. I was playing around with $100. To be honest, so it wasn't like if it went down to zero, I would it's not like. I wouldn't put like all my money in doing leverage, but like if you put $100 and you get it right, and if you're willing to lose, you can make 1,000. So whatever.
Yeah, I stopped doing it after a couple of unsuccessful things, but it's hard not to. I'm gonna admit it is hard not to, especially when you get news like we got. My view is always try and run high margin with lower leverage. I think is generally a good idea. But yeah, the market looks like it's bounced back pretty well. So all is good, I think, out there. All is good.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna check that right now.
104, 300.
Yeah. I do believe we're still gonna go down a little bit, and first we gotta hit the 101, and then if we don't hold that, then we got the second, which is.
I believe just the market, of course, once again, is getting manipulated just for people that were waiting for regulation. They're going to get a chance to jump in. All these guys are connected towards each other, and some didn't believe. Now they believe because what they were waiting for was regulation, and we're almost there. And this is what people don't understand, and we can get to Marbitz in a minute. The market, right? We were expecting to go to 100,000 without institutional money and without Bitcoin reserves and things. So we're already there. And I think Bitcoin is just like AI is trying to do, just trying to figure out how to come out. And his last resort is just to boom. It's just to come out and explode one day, and everybody's going to be caught off guard. That's just my take.
Yeah, and like I won't put like dates and talk about past events, but Trump's stepping in the office. It reminded me of some events back in 2021. But everybody's expecting to go to 200,000 and then a little drop. But good thing it wasn't a crash. It was just a little drop. I don't even think we can get the crashes anymore like we used to. But it's crazy looking at Bitcoin and like not knowing what you can do because of wealth. And like I heard my man 2Bit saying, if I'm not mistaken, he was saying he's been in crypto for 3 cycles already.
Yeah, 2017 was my first era of this. So I've done 2017, 2021, and then this has been my third one. Yeah, I mean, technically I was in the market in 2017. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I got really aggressively into cloud mining, which I highly recommend not doing. It's the worst way you can lose all your money.
I don't know what that is, but since you don't recommend it, I'm not.
Yeah, just it's like you buy mining contracts with companies, and they're supposedly legitimate companies, but they have they have like all sorts of like stuff on the back end of it, and they have a little clause that I didn't read because I was super excited about it. And it says, if this no longer becomes profitable, your contract is terminated. So I remember dropping. I mean, we were looking at it I can't remember it was you I was talking to, Ben, but I was looking at, I still have the wallet that I transacted with, and I was putting like 0.3 Bitcoin into it, and it was like $1,000 at that point. Like, it's insane to kind of look back at 2017.
Man, let me tell you something. When I first heard about Bitcoin, it was like right in the beginning, but I didn't hear like in terms of put your money in this because you're gonna make money in the future. I heard like there's a digital money that people are using to buy illegal things. I'll put it this way. And that's what I heard at first. And I'm like, that makes sense. But, it's too far away from what it can be in the future. And that was like, I don't know, $1, you would buy thousands of Bitcoins back in the days. And that's when I first heard. And then I was like, cool. And then the second time I heard, Bitcoin was already in $17. And I was like, whoa, compared to the dollar, like, this is crazy. I won't get into this because if the dollar is the strongest, coin we have out there, and this is like 5 times the price of the dollar, like, this is crazy. This is gonna go down. And then the third time I heard, it was already on 300 something. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a year and a half later, it was already on 3,000. And when it was on 300 something, I was like, man, I saw in pennies, I saw in $17, and now I'm gonna buy in 300. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna buy this. And then I didn't buy it. And then when it got to 3,000, I was like, you know what?
I'm buying everything.
And not buy it and feel stupid.
Yeah. Do you know what? People are going to say that though, 104K people are, years to come. And I'd like to think I'll see another at least 3 or 4 cycles, if not even more. But people will still say, man, you were around when Bitcoin was 100K. You're talking about 2030. What's that? 5 years time, $1 million Bitcoin, 100K will feel like nothing. People will get to a point where actually not many people hold a singular Bitcoin. I think that's where it sort of gets interesting. You think of ETH and you think of how this market's going to scale. I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
5 years from now, 0.01 is going to be probably more than $100,000.
Yeah. I think you're right.
They say it's going to 15 million. Man, Bitcoin is going to 100, 200 million in the future. I'm not saying like in the next 5 years, but I'm saying in the future. Like, when everybody jumps in, it's going to be the global currency. And if you're crazy about this, I won't get into this because it scares people away. But if you're crazy into this, Bitcoin is even in the Bible. Like, if you stop to think about it, in the Bible, they says, in the last days or whatever, there's only going to be one money, one coin, one rule, everything. That I see that as Bitcoin. I don't see like a way of Bitcoin not happening and not taking over, all the countries adapting. And especially with Trump now, I think Trump is like, he's like the next step that we needed to make into big institutions, to make into countries, to make into all of that. So we are getting ready for them, but don't get excited because this is not happening this round. This is, they're paving the road for the next run. Now the next run, it's going to be something in millions, right? But it gets me excited when I look about Bitcoin and been following. I've been in crypto for investing. I've been just like you since 2017, but following and learning since 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
Proper OG.
Yeah, but we're learning every day, man. If you're humble enough to know that you're always learning, then that's when you step it up your game, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And look, I always think about this. Every day should be a learning day. If I just think of what we've done outside of just generally investing, it's why I always talk about being great projects, be around good people, have a community that sits behind you, because it can be an incredibly lonely space, this. But if you generally get a community, or you get people, or if I think of this bull market, just us talking, I know me and Vern talk most evenings actually. That's when you can start to really get some new things. If I think about what does the last 2 or 3 years look like in my time on YouTube, we've launched a mining project. We have a community member that runs all our mining projects. We've now launched a token. We launched an NFT project. You built a YouTube channel, yada, yada, yada. We've been in some terrible projects. We've been in some good projects. And now hopefully we're running a good project as well. So yeah, it's every day is a learning curve, and the more you kind of deep dive into this, and the more you see at the back end of it, the more you kind of, if anything, it excites me what you can do with the future. And you start to think about how you can build certain things out. You can start to broaden your horizons from a YouTube channel. We can start to think about how we can build our token out. Like Holmes just put, we have a community investment fund. How many YouTube channels have got an investment fund with about, nearly $2,000 in it that we can do something with as well. So excited, man. I'm excited what the future's down, not only just for the token that obviously we've launched, but equally just, I think the space is going to be like, I still think people are struggling to comprehend exactly what this space is going to be like. I think it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
I agree.
If you compare to back in the days in terms of percents on what happened to the internet and what's happening to Bitcoin right now, it's the same thing, man. Like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and you don't have to be that smart to know this. You just got to do your research. Like the information's out there. Just go out there and understand the big corporations getting ready. Understand what's an ETF. Understand what countries are getting into Bitcoin. Understand all of that, and you get like the picture further away of what's gonna happen in the future. Like there are many programs like the 2030 agenda. Many things happening out there, and if you think about it, it's pretty much everything working away to adopt crypto. Like the last big, how can I say this? The last life-changing, the last big event that we saw it happen, it was Industrial Revolution. And then after that, I say it's the Bitcoin revolution. This is like, it's a game changing. People like AI. Yes, that's part of it as well. Not only Bitcoin and the change in technology and all, but I wouldn't even put AI as, Bitcoin as the revolution, because AI is going to change everything. We can compare it to the Industrial Revolution a little bit because of the robots and all of that. But then there's nothing like Bitcoin out there. Just think about this. Everybody around the world in 5 to 10 years, they're going to be using Bitcoin. Like you see countries in Africa, you see countries in Brazil, you see countries in South America like Brazil, you see in many places, and then people getting ready. Like Brazil, they've been getting ready since 2022, approving laws. They try to implement this new digital coin. It was supposed to be this year, but I think it should be next year now, which should be like the real, the crypto real. So I feel like we're this next cycle we should be in some different places.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, Tobe, go ahead.
No.
I'm like, what do you think?
Yeah, go for it, Vern.
Oh no, man! I'm doing stuff while y'all are talking right now. I'm just trying to get myself situated because I'm trying to get my stuff situated over here. So,
man, let us know the trades you're doing. Come on, let us make.
Yeah, second monitor, Vern. Second monitors help out. Honestly, it's
I
revolution.
I have two. I have two. That's why I was like going like this, like so I can get my stuff situated. Because I got to talk to the chat, but my YouTube's not hooked up. So yeah, just little stuff like that I'm doing. Excuse me.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, should we chat a little bit about Marbitz? Should we? I mean, we haven't got a ton of stuff to kind of talk about, but I think it'd be good just to kind of get a bit of a flavor and a bit of a view as to what's going on in the market, what we've got cooking. There's some things landing in the next week, which will be pretty excited as well. So we don't have to, by the way. I'm cool with talking about the market as well. We just keep chatting. Whichever's easiest. I'm down with either way. Could talk about Trump meme coin. That's pretty wild.
Now I was just reading here some comments. Let me send the link. I forgot to send the link on Telegram. The conversation was just too good. But yeah, let me send it right now. But yeah, man, what's going on? Are there any fresh? I know there's always news on Marbitz, but are there any like fresh news? Anything that you want to tell us? Beforehand, before everybody knows.
Well, I mean, yes and no is the honest answer. So we've got a big week ahead of us. We announced earlier on in this month, and it was again back from some views of the community. So our staking platform is kind of in the final stage of being audited. We've got a little bit of custom UI just to kind of update, and then we should have that up and running in the next 7 days. So I committed on Adam Shelton's channel that it'd be up by the end of the month. So that'll be a big narrative for us. I think it offers us a good, unique USP when it comes to the project. But we'll do it in our own way. We'll do it kind of the Marbitz way, as opposed to it just being a standard chuck your tokens in and we'll give you some more tokens. We absolutely don't want to be in that place. So that'll be a good thing. And we've got a couple of things that I think will really support that in terms of kind of revenue generation and a few other bits like that. So that's kind of the first thing that we're doing, which again is exciting. And I know a lot of the community want it. One of the other things that I just think is worthwhile just double back and touching on, and what I would say is, and you will probably know this as well, Junior, as well, but being in this space affords you a element of luxury to a degree when it comes to certain projects. So we partnered up with a really good project actually by the name of Treble Swap. They launched their token not long since, and we were able to kind of they paid to have a bit of marketing on the channel. They paid for a Marbitz race. One of our winners actually got some tokens, and he is in the chat right now. And that project's done really, really well. So they actually ended up. I'm going to say I think Craig's had a 2, maybe even a 3x on the back of it. So this was something that we gave away, and the project's looking really, really solid as well. So we're doing loads more. With that, loads more actually. We've got another 3 projects that we're bringing on that are going to be doing some paid marbles races, in which we're going to be able to give OTC deals out to the winners and some bits around our community as well. So people that are Marbitz token holders will start to get some alpha in terms of some of these early projects at launch. Obviously, we're going to be starting to do some token deals. One of the things we talked about is whether we actually take 50% of the payment in tokens as well. So obviously, there's a bit more of a risk attached to it, but at the same time, the value of them isn't, it's irrespective. You win the race, and these are a little bit of a bonus on top of that. So that's really good. Like I said, we've got at least another 3 projects that we're working with to kind of bring some awareness to it, and more importantly, giving that back, which I think is going to be really good.
Awesome, man. I knew you were working to some. I don't know, it was 3 new projects.
Yeah, well, awesome. I mean, three's just kind of pretty much confirmed, and we've sort of got the payments locked in, and on the back of that, I mean, literally, as I'm sat here now, that's what I keep people wondering what I'm looking at. I've literally just had a message from another project that are saying, hey, we're really interested in the Marbitz platform. What can you kind of do for us? So what our challenge right now is converting that. So we have a revenue generation. We've got a business model that works. Our challenge right now, and you look will always be open and transparent with what we're building, is how we convert that then to new holders, how we convert that to people that want to get into the project. How do we bring complete and utter awareness to what we're building? Because the reality is, even if you look at the chart, and I know we've had a bit of sell pressure in, we're still holding up against, I'd put that chart against loads of coins out there, and I would argue that there's probably not many that have done what we've done, delivered what we've done, probably gone through some of the challenges that we've gone through, and still look pretty bullish in terms of what they're doing. So that's kind of where we're working hard on that. And obviously, I know your next question would be, well, how are you doing that? So we actually have brought a new member of the team on, which is really good, and many people may or may not know her, but I announced this on mine. But LKM Land has joined us from a social media, what's the kind of official term we use, Vern? Like a funneling manager. So how do we funnel things back to the project? How do we funnel things back to the YouTube channel? Because ultimately, that's where we'll get the leverage for it. And I must get hit up. I bet I get 10 DMs a day at least from tokens that are interested. I've got 2 marketing managers that are kind of working with we're pretty good for at least the next month, I think, certainly from kind of having paid events that are coming through on the Sunday. This Sunday, we're actually doing a community give back race. So you won't have to put any tokens in. It'll just be a community give back. So we're going to do something a little bit different this Sunday, which I think, again, is important to kind of keep the community really, really kind of involved. And then we've implemented a couple of little games in our TG with which you can win a free ticket. So, we're just trying things. We're innovating. We're doing things a bit differently. We're trying to just be pivotal in terms of if something's not working, we'll change. But, we've got a lot of catalysts at land. We're building a pretty big marketing strategy, and then we're going to go and implement that. Whether we're going to bring some people on board, we're going to get some videos done. Just trying to keep things moving, I think, is probably where we get to with it.
Yes, man. And it's awesome to hear that. And I was just going to add, before I forget, congratulations, because you're doing what, first, you already have a great community. So that's like 33% of the 100 that you need to succeed. So you got a great community. That's like a big step. But I like how you're putting all of the things together all at once. I always try to explain it to everybody how a cycle works and how a token can pump. I always compare it to like an engine, like a car. You cannot just, expect to put gas on the car and just keep driving the entire life and not change the oil, not change the tires, not get everything together. Like if your tires are flat, you can have gas in it and it won't matter. If you have the tires and you don't have gas, it don't matter. So it's just the same thing with crypto. Like you gotta get the momentum, you gotta be in a bull run, you gotta be in the beginning of it, you gotta have a great community, you gotta do partnerships, you gotta do all of that. And I see you guys, pushing to do it and very active. And not only that, but also I see besides even the community, but like I wouldn't say marketing, but like it is marketing, but like YouTubers, like different shows, different spaces. You guys are getting that momentum in every single aspect that crypto needs to pump. So I just wanted to share that. Congratulations, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a labor of love in some respects, and I think there's a lot that we've built that I think a lot of projects wouldn't have done at the same time as Vern's doing his thing and I'm still doing my thing as well, and we kind of come together with this collaborative piece. I think what's interesting to just kind of reference, and this is, I mean, it's about 3 hours old in terms of information, but this is where I think we set ourselves very differently to other projects, is that so many communities are built with this thing of getting in the minute this pumps, I'm selling and I'm done. Whereas, we've actually got active community members that are trying to really bring, something different to this project. So, we've got community members that have made us some amazing music. It's live on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. That'll start. I mean, it's just there forever. That'll start bringing some revenue to us, which is really, really good. We actually had a community member reach out who's building an AI agent for Marbitz now, and we're in super early kind of discussions, but it came up on the live stream and he sent me some stuff through on email. This could be an AI agent that we'll have as part of Marbitz as well, and what this looks like. So, we're just trying to be different. And I think, when you've got a collective group of people that want to succeed, want to do the right thing, I mean, it's limitless in terms of what we can achieve, I think, right now. Yes, people naturally look at the chart, and I always say this, to say that the chart doesn't concern me is false, because it does. But I think where I'm positive about the chart is we're still significantly ahead of where we launched. We're still at a 3x. Even those early investors that got in, you are still at a 3x on Marbitz. And you think about that, how many people could say that at 6 weeks into their project, that you are still 3x from the launch? Which means that we've got a really solid floor. Yes, we see some selling pressure, absolutely. But at the same time, we've still got an incredibly strong support, a strong community that want to do good things, and I think have really invested emotionally, but more importantly, professionally into the project as well.
Yeah, I mean, after launch, couple days, weeks after launch, months, whatever it is, when you have a successful launch, and after that, if you're a couple days, I'll put it like that, and you don't see a rug, you don't see anything wrong, that's already a big plus. And like a couple weeks of launch and you still on 3x, then that is awesome. That shows that many holders are willing and to hold. Not only because the difference is some projects people just buy to profit and that's it, they don't believe it. But then there's other projects that people believe, they buy and they hold it, like, man, I'm gonna take profit, but I'm gonna hold this because I don't want to miss the chance, I don't want to miss the ride. So when you guys are on 3x, was it 3-4 weeks more?
December 5th we launched, so yeah, so we're about 6 weeks old right now.
6 weeks, wow. And you guys on 3x still? That is like very positive. Not even counting when you guys launched, many X's that you did. And not even gonna say about the launch that you guys did, which was very fair, it was live, everything very clear for the community. So you guys got it going on. I want to ask this question first. What's the name of our friend here? Because I know that's
Shut up, Holmes. Yeah, Holmes.
Holmes. Okay, I'm gonna
there's
call
certain
him
words. There's certain words for him that, but we won't use them.
But I like it. He's always here. He's always commenting. He's always hype. He's always joking around. I like it. But I'm gonna answer that, and I actually already answered in the last sentence that I was saying. But I want to ask to Vern and to Bit what this question there. my man Holmes just asked, what narratives are you guys most bullish on for the remainder of the cycle?
Do you want to take that first, Vern?
Yeah. What I'm bullish on, the narratives for this remainder of the cycle. Well, the narratives of, okay, when is the regulation going to be like done, over with, signed, sealed, and delivered, so we can see what type of madness will happen. That's what I'm bullish about. As far as the narratives, man, it changes like every month or two. So I really don't really. I only look at that when I have the capital to jump into the game. You know what I mean? I always kind of look at crypto banter. I watch 2-Bit every day, so I kind of keep up on the narratives. But I mean, we already know the narrative is what AI and what else, meme coins. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I think I think the whole, given the fact that we saw that $500 billion investment in the US around AI, I think AI has definitely got a big move. I think RWA has definitely got a big opportunity. There's some amazing projects. You look at Avalanche partnering up with Aether. I think that's a big deal. Ondo, we talk a lot about. I think they're going to be some great projects. And then there's some out there. I talked about MakerDAO a while back, which is a way of leveraging your cryptocurrency portfolio. And look, be careful because you can get liquidated on it. But you know, it's kind of pretty great if you kind of look at that narrative. I think for definite sure. And then look, I think Trump's reignited the meme coin space, like Vern says. I think it has. I think it absolutely has. I think, you know, memes probably were a backseat driver. I think the kind of initial big move had been done, but you know, I think Trump's kind of brought that back. And then it would be remiss of me not to sort of talk about GameFi. And I think GameFi and relatable GameFi projects are going to be pretty big as well. I still feel like we're missing that move. I don't necessarily subscribe to pay to earn. I think that's a mechanic that's been done now. I don't believe that really works anymore. It's like reflections on tokens. They're a waste of time.
And don't forget Musk. You're saying Trump and the meme coins. Don't forget Musk. He's like the number one who made, you know, meme coins, Trump and Doge and all of that.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's like we have the two biggest crypto mans out there, you know, pushing for us.
Yeah. Real talk.
Jess is in the house. Guys, you guys are amazing. I'm trying to bring the comments up. There's way too many. Yes, join the Telegram group. How can you join the Telegram group? First, you can go to X social media. Just look for Marbitz. And if you get into the X, let me bring it here so you guys.
And I think Christine,
most of you already know, but there's also people who will see this video after that might not know, so they know how to get more information. You just come to Twitter, just put in Marbitz Go, and you're gonna find this page. And you can get the Telegram group here. You can get the website. The website is amazing, by the way. Let me actually share with you guys a little bit. Hold on. Let me remove this one. I've said this in the past, and I'm gonna say it again. I love the website that you guys created. The colors, everything, man. It just gets I don't know if it's just me, but it gets my attention, man. Every time I see it, I feel like I'm getting back into my childhood, back into the games, back into that, you know, that mixed feeling zones that when I was young I used to have. I like it. Here's the page. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, it's just loaded out.
All right, so here's the page, guys. If you don't know the page, just put marbitz.io. There's a lot of content. You're going to find a lot more content on Telegram group. You probably won't even be able to follow up with all the messages every day. I always try to follow up, but it's very hard. Community very active always. But this is the website, so you can get information about the game that it was created, about the platform, about the what are the roadmaps, about the white paper.
It's a bit self-indulgent on my part. There's just loads of videos of me, but it's fine.
I was gonna say,
ridiculous.
I thought it was supposed to be like that, like something funny.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I'm tired. I'm talking. Oh my gosh.
I'm serious. You can tell the different look at the different like themes though at the background. This is the current one, by the way. If I actually move my head, look, you can see a big light behind me. This is the current theme I have. You see how many times it's changed. Look at that. Blue and purple. Then we went for a bit of a lighter blue. Then we went multicolored.
You must have had an important meeting one day because of the facial hair.
yeah, that was a work. You can tell when I've been at work and when I've been on holiday.
Oh man, I just noticed that.
I noticed everything.
Yeah, I mean the guy,
It
the
feels
guy on
like
the far right talking about meme coins looks like he's about 14.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man. I would never shave my mustache for nothing else. I look crazy. Yo, you know that
the
one coin
race.
is kind of running 2-bit.
The what one?
The one with no Twitter.
All right. That's wild.
It's up. It's
The
up to
space
like
is wild.
400,000 market cap.
Oh, Bitcoin's up. We said it would move 104,000 now. So yeah, Bitcoin is coming back. So
Yeah, see, the thing with
surprise, surprise.
Bitcoin is, it's going to get manipulated so all these guys can get in at certain prices. So everybody, my thing is, it's like I do care about Bitcoin price and I still look at the news and everything, but man, I done doubted Bitcoin so much in the past. I was like, oh man, it's never 15,000. Oh, it's never going to, man. Then it flew back to 70,000 so fast. And next thing you know, where the all time high was 109,000.
Man,
So I don't put nothing past Bitcoin.
it did a
I mean,
20K in like minutes. I was like,
but
what is this?
manipulation, that's what it's called.
Yeah. And
But you
bots.
got to understand, like me and 2-bit and and Cuff and whoever else I talk to about crypto, you got to understand, man, how much new money is actually coming in. You got the states that's already talking about reserves. You're talking about the United States of America talking about starting a reserve. And on top of this, a fun fact for everybody. I think it's still 98% of everybody that owns Bitcoin is in profit. Now, think about that. I don't think people really think about that. Tell you a fun story. Since we're talking about stuff, I had $23,000. I was part of a project, so I put that money over there when my gut was telling me to put it over in Bitcoin. Well, at the end of the day, the project had some stuff happen to it, and it never took off. So at the end of the day, my money never took off, and it dwindled. Let alone if I'd have got that one Bitcoin, probably at one point whatever, I would be at 104,000 right now. So people say Bitcoin, oh, it's too much. No, it's not. Sometimes when you have an opportunity, you got to seize it. And that's one thing you have to do. If Bitcoin ever drops to 10,000, if anybody's a millionaire in the world or a multimillionaire or just a thousandaire, grab about 5 or 6 of those.
If Bitcoin drops to 10,000, listen to me, guys.
I'm just saying that's like it's never going to do that. I don't
I'm quitting.
You can sell your kidneys, put your money in Bitcoin, and then
yeah,
once it's up,
ever did that. Oh, remember that? You remember that fluke that happened on the exchange? Wendy O actually took advantage of it. Remember when it just slipped? Bitcoin slipped down to like one digit thousand, and she picked up a couple because she had a stop and a sell loss on. I mean, a buy and sell loss on Bitcoin.
Yeah, should always have buy order set.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, think about it. Even now with BTC, you would have wicked down. You'd have got a buy order at 1 or 2. You'd already be 2.5K up in profit.
Yeah, that's how the big dog. That's what people when they say, "Well, how much should I invest?" Well, when people are talking about those great, like crypto banter and them, they're not investing $1,000. They're investing in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is at 15,000, they're buying 10. And if Bitcoin goes to 60,000, they're making a hell of a lot of money in a short period of time now. For our little people like ourselves, $1,000, you got to just pace yourself. But while I was in Blue Chips, man, I was doing fine until I ran into Jake and ran into Omi in Saitama. I was doing very well. I was actually doing great. Then I lost my mind. So,
but you found it. You found it back in December 5th. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was already hyped here, and you got to bring that up. Come on.
No, man. It's just, I tell these stories sometimes so people can understand. Like, sometimes when you have a significant amount or you get a nice play on a meme coin, I know Bitcoin is probably too high for some people, but hey, sometimes sit that money into Ethereum, Avalanche, or Solana. Bitcoin. Just saying, or XRP. I mean, that's like the lowest. And I think that has the most, well, don't have the most movement, but it's going to shock a lot of people if they play it right, when the regulation comes out. You know how that can go.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm excited about XRP. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'm excited with all the hype. I know my mentor beta is as well. He's pushing a lot of videos of it. on the channel. By the way, if you're not subscribed to 2Bits channel, make sure you subscribe. A lot of great content, a lot of reviews, a lot of Bitcoin information, a lot of information on many tokens, and especially Marbitz. So make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Hit us up.
Especially Marbitz.
Definitely hit Marbitz up. We're going to be doing our Friday night, whatever that was last week, the Friday night trade night, which turned out pretty well, actually, because we managed to get into the Melania meme coin at like $2.20 or something. And then I got scammed for nearly $5,000. But I mean, outside of that, it's totally fine.
Craig,
sometimes like you got to be patient in crypto. And I'm just looking at. Now I'm just looking at this one. I caught it at 100,000. Then I was like, wait a minute, this don't have a Twitter. It don't have this. It don't have that. I caught it at 100. No, I caught it at 99,000 market cap. Now it's at like 358. I'm like, what the hell?
Is it on Solana?
Yes.
I 100% would have already sold it.
oh yeah. I mean, if I had if I was on Solana with $10,000, bro, I would be hitting them. Boom, thank you, boom, thank you, because all I need is a $2,000 play on $10,000 and I'm out of there. You do that a couple times, you'll be set for the week. It's the power of capital, man. If you got capital and you got that, you got to be in the know. You got to understand who's behind some certain tokens.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you bring that up, and something we've been talking about with Marbitz, and I know, Vern, you and I have been discussing this at length, is obviously we want to bring our staking platform out. We want to make sure that that staking platform is revenue generating, shall we say, that it's not specifically related to volume. Why is that important? Well, it's important because the people that want to hold the project, the people that are here for the long term, we want to make sure that they're sitting comfortably. They've got their slippers on, they've got their pipe on it, and then their capital's being put to good use. And that could be something as simple as we're holding a $150,000 floor on a $650,000 market cap project. That's a good news story. And it's interesting because I've been playing around with some capital and playing around with some kind of liquidity. And interestingly now, one of the places where I've got some capital right now has got 30% APR. The market's obviously exploded. Regulation's starting to look like it's going to ease. Staking in the US is going to kind of ease in terms of regulation. And currently 30% APR, which is great, actually. So you start to scale this up in terms of what that could look like from a capital deployment perspective. You could be earning like good money from 30K in terms of volume. And the pairing I'm in, by the way, is Ethereum and another token. So it's not even like it's stablecoin. Some of the stablecoin ones are pretty wild. But we saw it with Liberty Finance, the Donald Trump associated liquidity provider staking $15 million worth of staked Ethereum. I mean, it's going to come. I think it's going to change. And I think all those projects that did things like staking, where you just give away tokens, ultimately now will not be able to do that. Why? Because they're just going to dump their own charts. There'll be no desire for it. Whereas Marbitz will be different. Marbitz is going to almost generate the ability to be involved in our project. It's going to generate, even if we had no buys, and this is where it starts to get interesting. Even if we had no buys on our chart, we were a zero volume token, we could still push the price of our token up, even with $0 in volume. And I like to kind of put those things out there because people go, well, how does that work? But the fact that we just gonna ask that. Because the reality is that our holders have the ability to put into a race on a Sunday. We've got projects coming in that are funding those races. They're not specifically buying on the chart. So actually, just by holding our tokens, we could then burn those tokens, which will drop our market cap. Okay, that's fine, but it'll push our price up. So this is where Marbitz is different. We've got staking rewards in which people will be getting Ethereum. They could then go and just put that into the race, etc., etc. So we can be really unique and dynamic, where I think a lot of projects will struggle to deliver on that. If they've got staking platforms where you're giving away tokens back, all you're doing is selling yourself and you're selling your community, and it becomes a race to see who sells quickest. Imagine you're in a world where you're being paid Ethereum that's going up in value that you could stake for a return. What's the ambition then? Well, the ambition is I'm going to get more. I want to stake more. And that's how staking works. But staking done right, and that's kind of what we want to do with Marbitz, means that actually what you'll see, hopefully, will be a continuous generation of that revenue as we come through, a recycle of revenue, if you like, while at the same time we're burning tokens at the other end. We're running some of these marbles races. And even if we can get into some of these projects early, afforded by connections, and I just, will publicly say that Vern's been working super hard actually, with some crazy connections that we've made recently. And, we don't want to sort of talk too much about it because at the minute it's very early stages, but that could end up being very lucrative in terms of how that plays out as well. So there's a lot of things going on. It might not feel like it. People might look at it and think, what are you doing? But I've sort of talked about this for a while, that I think our project will be one of those. All of a sudden, it will just take a catalyst. Something will change. People will see us as a different entity, and all of a sudden, that'll be it. You will be one of those 3 or 4, 5,000% projects that all of a sudden start pumping. The difference at that point, though, is everything will kick into gear. Our revenue will just expand. We'll be able to do loads of different things, and it should, if all goes well, be a snowball effect into the project, rather than what you see with a lot of coins, which is, okay, here comes the volume, here comes the excitement, and then before you know it, there goes the volume and no one cares anymore. I just think we'll be different in that case.
Awesome. I got a question from
Well, I'll read that. That used to be my job on Cuff Show. How do you plan to combat ETH dropping in price during the bear market in terms of staking rewards? Well, I can say a little bit towards that. Well, the thing is, let's say, when do you think the bear market is going to be, right? Probably maybe end of 2025, maybe 2026, right? So I'm guessing and I'm assuming that Marbitz will have more than the holders we have right now. Say we have 10,000. Well, before the bear market comes, we'll probably have an NFT collection to where we'll take some of that money, set it to the side, no 2-bit smart, and I'm kind of smart. So we're definitely going to do the right thing with NFT money. So we can talk about that next. Like all these big NFT projects and some of those NFTs are $5,000 a piece. Where's that money at? But anyways, back to you, 2-bit.
It's a great question, and that's why I always like having Holmes in the streams, because he'll keep you honest.
Oh yeah,
he'll have a view. And I welcome this, by the way, and I absolutely welcome it. So one of the things that we're afforded that I think a lot of projects aren't is that we are having our own inbuilt, custom-made staking platform. It would have been dead easy for us to have gone to Brew Labs, or dead easy to have gone to, at Gempad, we debated for a while, didn't we, Vern, that we would maybe go to them, but obviously they got the weird hack thing.
And we said, you back the car up and left.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good idea at all. But the fact we're building our apps, our own in-house staking platform, means that we can be dynamic in terms of what we do. So we could flick and say, well, okay, what we want to do is take all of our Ethereum, we're going to convert it back into USDT, and then we'll just give USDT rewards out through the bear market. That's what we plan to do with our rewards. That's what we plan to do with our staking platform. That's what we plan to do with our rewards on the actual race contract as well, is that during the bear market, we'll convert everything back out to USDT. And it might be that we just then occasionally drop the ETH in for that specific race. So if anything, we'll be better placed than, I would argue, pretty much any project out there in terms of what we can do. And, what we did was really build for a bear market as well. I want to be the project that gives away 10 grand in a bear market. Why? Because no one else will do it. And actually, we can make the gains now. We can absolutely do that and make sure that when the bear market, nothing changes for us. Nothing at all. Because at that point, yeah, jump in. Go ahead.
All right. Dang, I hate when I do that, because you always motivate me. Hold on. What did you just say? Oh, and guess what else in the bear market? This is what people don't understand. This man thinks about this project all the time. So guess what happens in the bear market that happens in the bull market? Just as many projects comes out. And guess who they're going to talk to, because he's probably going to be at 100,000, 80,000 subscribers by then. They're going to be hitting up to it. Scalability, that's what we were thinking about when we started this. Well, he started before, but this is what y'all have to understand. Like, he thought of everything. He passed my score, which people are like, oh, who are you? Well, I run a real business on a real significant base out here by DC. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of thought behind it to wrap revenue, return on investment towards this community. So y'all just stay put. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. Trust me. He passed with an A. And like I said, I've dealt with a lot of projects behind the scenes, and this gentleman has passed with flying colors.
And hopefully continue to do that as well. Junior, I don't know if you could just, Christine's asked for the link I've just put in the private chat. It's just a link to our link tree. So, we've got a ton of stuff on there. And I guess
I'm public. Sorry. Holmes.
Come on, what's he put? I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get out of here. Do you know the interesting thing is though, and I truly believe this, by the way, my everyday life, everyday job, what you do, if you work hard and you're honest in terms of what you do, you have a vision for where you want to get to, you will get there. I mean, I did the live stream tonight on my channel. I jumped off my live stream, recorded a 6-minute video, went to say goodnight to my missus, then jumped on this live stream, and then I've got 2 calls to make, and then I'm going to do some more videos. And then, now's the time you've got to grind hard. And, Vern and I talk about Marbitz, man, like most of the day, I think we're in and out of conversations. Again, LK, we're talking to her as well. And, I know Junior, we've kind of batted some things about me and you as well. So, it's a moment in time, I think, that will make the move. And, I'm not going to sit here and talk nonsense, and loads of projects will talk nonsense. Loads of people will say, hey, we don't care about our price. We don't care about our market cap. We're cool where we are. We'll all right, be cool on 50 quid's worth of volume a day. I'm not cool. Just so we're clear on 1.5K. So everything we're doing is how do we bring volume in, but without compromising our price? Because the easiest thing is, well, let's go and give away 10% of the supply. Let's go and grab 5 Twitter callers and 3 YouTubers and give away 10%. Where do you think that 10% ends up in about a week's time? We end up at a 500K market cap and a big red candle, and that's just not how we're going to do business around here. It's not how we do things.
It's from the long term as well. Not only
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the way to do it. That's why I believe that people feel confident about it. Not only because you're a YouTuber, you know how to talk to people, you got that, that swag. But,
that's true. I've got sunglasses though that I could put on.
But you said something that when Holmes asked, you're like, man, I like those questions because it makes us be real transparent, right? And I feel like you share that with us. Like when you're talking, when you're sharing information, people who are listening about Marbitz, they get to have that feeling, and that's very important because you're like the head of it, so you can show that, and that's amazing. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of projects that I've been involved with, right? That it's like some of the CEOs, devs, or you want to call them, they couldn't answer certain questions, or they get frustrated, or they'll keep me in the dark. Like this man, I mean, I hate to blow him up because he already has a big ego already.
Don't listen to peer pressure from Holmes. Ignore him. You do what you need to do. You do what you need to do.
So, people always, this is what's frustrating about crypto, right? Everybody says, oh, we want a dev. Okay, you got a dev that has a real job that if he does something crazy, he can actually probably get fired. That's okay. Number 2, you wanted some, you wanted this, you wanted that. You wanted a burning type of mechanism. We got that. You wanted staking. We got that going. Do we know our whales? Yes, we do. We know a significant amount. And if you're out there and you're a whale, I will say me and Tube would have to come up with a number. I'm thinking, say 15, possibly. We'll see. But we'll definitely want to welcome you because I definitely do know the whales. And that's a good thing when you're meeting people from across the pond or people with significant amounts of money. They want to understand, who do you have in your project that's in your top 20? And I'm glad to say that I'm pretty much knows who's in our top 20. And a lot of those guys are good guys, and those guys really want to push the product too. So I salute y'all and I thank y'all behind the scenes.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm back. Go ahead, 2-Bit. I'm sorry.
No, look, even that, I mean, you think of everything we're doing, we don't have to do that as well. We could be in a world of just, well, the project will do what the project does. We'll do what we need to do. But the fact that, look, these people are whales for a reason because they have capital. And they've got capital because they understand how to deploy that capital. And I don't. I'm not going to sit here and profess that I'm I've got money that I could just throw at the market. I enjoy risk 100%. My risk tolerance is probably higher than most. But I don't have money that I can just deploy into the market. I can't just be like, okay, I'm just going to put 50K into this meme coin and whatever. But these people that are whales in projects, they are whales for a reason. They understand mechanics, they understand business, they understand what looks good, they understand how they can then best give their expertise. So you'd be naive to not want to know who your top holders are, because the question is, okay, why are you a top holder? Why are you holding the project? What are you seeing? Vern's disappeared. Oh, there we are. And I think that's a really important thing as well, and I'm I'm just not weird about it. We'll take their views on everything. We'll absolutely speak to these people, because at the point if they decide, do you know what, this isn't for me, you're going to be in a significant, challenge. And I think that's where you've got to get to. Now, we put some provisions in place to try and support that, which would be obviously a tax token, which, if someone decides they're going to exit the project, then fine, we'll take 5% of that. But, we want people to see the long-term goal of this and to understand that, okay, we might end up being relatively low volume through this, bull market. We might touch around $1 million. We might then, though, be the project that everybody's looking at in the bear market. I think that's where we get to. Everything's been built with a long-term goal. A term I always like to use, or two terms actually, would be, we want to be long-term greedy in this place. We want to be one of those, similar to my YouTube channel. I was never fortunate to be one of those channels that blew up in the last bull market. I was never that never that channel that was like, I'll show my own grandma for 10,000 subscribers. I'm not just going to come on and, just do giveaways. That's pretty much how happened, wasn't it? The 2020
when I hit 1 million.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get a tattoo when I've done 50,000 subscribers. The 2021 bull market. How did you pump a YouTube channel? Talked about Saitama, talked about Shiba Inu, and gave money away. That was generally the recipe for success in 2021. 2024's investors are a little bit different. They're a bit savvier. I read comments that I get on videos that are like, you don't know what you're talking about. Marbitz is one of those where, we'll be here for the long run. We might end up doing $50 a week in volume. Okay, cool. Well, if we've got 1,000 coming into our holders from different revenue streams, then do you know what? For me, that's a success story. And then that'll come. As long as we don't end up, and I always talked about this prior to launching it, with a massive 60K sell on the chart, and it dumps a huge, massive fat red candle, because once you hit that, let's call a spade, you're done. That's just life, isn't it? It's, you have a massive red candle, pre-salers and anyone that got in at the start are underwater. No one's made any profit on it. Yada, 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 yada. It just ends up being a snowball and the project's all over. So, that's why we build long-term greedy, and we under-promise and over-deliver. That's kind of where we get to. So that should set us up, I think, for the future, certainly.
I have one question.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask this before. I don't know if you even going to have an answer for it. But since you're very transparent always, and I'm gonna ask. I see big, solid points happening in Marbitz, and like I said, I rated 10 out of 10 on everything that I'm seeing. But I wanna understand something as well, and I don't know if anybody has asked this before in the past, but what are the ideas for listings? Like, do you guys, I know you got to get the momentum. I know you got to get revenue coming in. So, because listings are, sometimes I'm asking this because sometimes people don't know and they take listings. You just go there and get listings and that's it. But like, right? But listings are like 20, 60, 100K and depends on, I don't even know, probably beyond that. But,
Yes.
What are the
Take it away too bit. Take it away too bit.
I love this question.
We've been asked this question numerous times.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
because
please.
I think what's interesting with this question is it's one that I think every project dev gets answered, and every project dev tells you a lie. That's my opinion, by the way. Everyone tells you a load of rubbish. They go, well, we've got to build volume. We need the community to buy some tokens. We absolutely need to go out there and shill your bags and da-da-da. The reality is they are way overpriced for what they get. You are basically buying a marketing package. People think that exchanges are the unlock to hundreds of thousands of users. We could right now, and LBank we've been in touch with, Mexi we've been in touch with, BitGet we've been in touch with, Bybit we've been in touch with. The reality is I could go and list on Bybit tomorrow, right? We could work that through with Bybit and we could say, hey, let's do it. They want $345,000 in liquidity to list our token on their platform. Does that then naturally give us what we want, which is a huge move on the back end? We have to whitelist the wallets, which is why the function's on there. So we'll get zero taxes and anything. All we get is exposure in the hope that people come to the DEX. Well, if you saw Marbitz come on Bybit, and you look at it and you just wouldn't buy it. Like I'm not naive to this fact. So we currently are listed on CoinIn. That's actually an exchange that we are listed on. We've been in discussions with a couple of smaller exchanges that we can list on. The reality is at the minute though, build a fundamental business underneath it, because at the minute, what do the exchanges want? They just want our money. Mexi is, and I'm an affiliate partner with Mexi as well, but you have to provide equivalent cash to token for exchanges. So as an example, with Mexi, it's about 65,000. So they want 65,000 in USDT. They want 65,000 in tokens. What do you think happens to those tokens? Trust me, Mexi want it for liquidity, but they're going to take their share about it. They're not going to list you for free. You pay for the privilege of listing on their platform. And so the reality is, if you haven't got volume, and meme coins are dead easy, aren't they? Meme coins are easy. There's no tax. They generally have big volume. And at the point in which they can list on exchanges, they're not really bothered if an exchange dumps on it. Why? Because they've got the volume to pull it back up. But at that point, the devs have probably got their money out of it anyway. So, we've done the little bits. We're listed on a couple of decentralized exchanges. So we're listed on Ticker Trending. We listed it on Coinin, which is actually a centralized exchange. And we have some liquidity pools running over there as well. So we are doing it right. The reality is we hold a chunk of the supply. We actually have a 5% wallet, which you could argue and say, well, it's like 15 grand or whatever, 20 grand. Let's just give it all to L Bank, list on L Bank. I guarantee they sell 20 grand on our chart. 100% guarantee they sell it. So I think people do want exchanges. I think they are a little bit overrated because all you buy is a marketing package that goes on the back of it, which is what they want to sell you. So you think of Bybit as an example. If you went on their platform, yeah, you pay the chunk of change to get on there, but then you also would get a recognition on their X account, which obviously is a huge X account. Naturally, people would, ape into it. So I think, look, all in good time, I think is kind of where we get to. And I'd be much more interested in building our game. I'd be much more interested in ensuring that our kind of holders are looked after. And I think it's going to be really important. So that's where we get to. I just want to double back really, really quickly, by the way. So just talking about staking, I just confirmed with the people building our staking platform that could we convert to a different token at the point in which the bear market comes? And the answer is yes. We'd have to change the contract a little bit, but yes, we could do that as our staking platform. So again, that just gives us much more longevity in terms of what we want to do with our staking platform.
Awesome, man. That was a question that I believe most people want to ask. I believe, hold on, let me try to turn off this Christmas light down here.
And it's pretty wild, actually.
Just clicked by accident. I'm sorry. But anyways.
I was about to start shaking in a minute.
Man, I cannot stop. I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right. I feel like many people think that, listings equals to price shooting up, right? I was saying in the beginning how I like what you guys are doing because you guys are getting the engine to work together. It's not just listings. It's not just the project. It's not just the community to push it. So those things getting together, that's what it makes the big moves. But I feel like many people want to know lists, not only with Marbitz, but every new project, they're like, we're going to go to the moon when we get listings. And then sometimes they don't even understand what's how to get listings. They think it's just submit some papers and, they're going to accept it. And that's it. If you're a good project, they're going to accept. No, that's not how it works. You can be the best project out there, but if you don't have money to, put it in, then you might not get that listings unless you have volumes like SHIB or anything like that, then they want you. But until you get to that point, then it's not that easy. So I felt like some people wanted to ask and then wondering about it. And I heard you saying about that before a little bit. So I was like, let me ask that because I think it's a good question. And
yeah,
I did
100%.
not that before, guys. Okay, that was live.
Yeah, I'll share. Look, I mean, I don't know whether I should or not, but I'll share the details that they come out. I showed the L Bank one on the live stream. I'm just like, whatever. People I think don't understand some of the mechanics. So I think a lot of naivety comes from, exchanges want to list your token. They want to put it on there. They're just as bad as the people. And certainly I know that some of our community members that are part of our team have probably never witnessed what they've witnessed, which is, hey, I can pump your project. Come and join my Telegram AMA, give away $200. And actually you go in there and it's like, what the hell is this? What is this? They're just a complete nonsense. So, exchanges are a marketing platform. That's if you see them for that reason, then that's what it is. People go to exchanges to buy a cryptocurrency that they've known. I can't remember the last time people went because they heard of a new DeFi project going over there. You know, you're already well established. They're already well established in the world of DeFi before anyone goes over to an exchange. But, you know, look, when the time is right, we will definitely, we'll definitely go to them. It just has to be the time. It's got to be right. And it's got to be viable as well. The last thing we want to do is, spend 20 grand on a listing. And then the next day, 20 grand hits the chart and you're like, where's this come from?
Just like Craig's saying down here, I'm happy enough to go on an exchange when the time is right. That is perfect. Now, when we can't afford it, and then they would do is dump the chart by selling their bag. Awesome. That's a great point of view.
Exactly.
He was just touching on that point. I got a funny question here as well. That question is for you. Hold on. About listings, and Tim is asking.
Yeah, it's a week Thursday. If anyone is curious, by the way, we're actually listing on
the rumors out.
The rumors out. Coinbase and Binance on the same day. Don't tell anyone.
They're saying Vine and Coinbase. I mean, Coinbase and Binance is going to be for Vine. They're saying Friday. That's the rumor.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that would be wild. And I still got my little 400. So,
what in Vine? Did you buy Vine or not?
What was that?
Yeah, you remember when I got up, but I was like, man, ain't no this mug is. I got up. It was like at 30-something cents. I think I made like a couple, like maybe $20, sold it back, and then it went back down to like 24. And I think I got back in. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, it goes a couple dollars. Hey, I don't know.
What's it now? 16 cents.
It's at 16 cents now?
Yeah.
Shoot, that might be a good little snapshot.
I was just thinking that.
Shoot, we got to talk. See, that's the thing, man. That's why I'm like, all we trying to do is bring money. My thing is, if I hit a big, nice lick, you know where it's coming to. You know where it's going.
Man, if I'm not mistaken, I saw Trump's tweet about Trump soaking. I think it was like 2 minutes right after he tweeted. And I was
hold on. Hold on. So you're telling me?
Yes, I am stupid.
You saw the tweet.
I'm not stupid because I couldn't buy it. I didn't have any spare money to buy it. So
okay, yeah, but you like the crazy part about it too. Bit that was the only day in months that I went upstairs early like that and fell asleep. So I guess it wasn't meant for me. But I'm looking at myself like you could have put $1,000 in at that 2-minute mark and probably made. Whew. What do you think, Too Good?
Well, it did 156x from launch to top. So yeah, 1,000 would have pulled you back $156,000. So not to really, piss on your chips, but yeah, it would have been a significant.
All right.
When I saw it, I was like, his Twitter got hacked, man. There's no way I'm must sell some token and put into this. It got hacked. There's no way. And then
there's two official tokens too, everybody. There's 2 official tokens. Trump and Melania. All that other stuff is just wishful thinking. So just be careful.
Yeah.
So his son's NFTs token, whatever it is, it's not legit. Okay.
It didn't come from his website. I don't call it legit.
There is only 2. There's a debate. Well, apparently they've ENS'd some of the wallets. They've done like a Baron Trump wallet and yeah, at the moment, I don't think there is. Is there going to be some more cost? There is, but yeah. I would do is buy some Marbitz. That's all I would do. It's just miles.
And that was 3 big options that you could have got and done a life changing. That was Trump's. That was what was the one that with the Vine, right? Vine, Trump's, and what was the other one?
Melania. Well, Melania maybe not so much actually.
What was another one?
There was Boom, Book of Memes. That was pretty big. That broke $1 billion. That was one of the quickest meme coins to $1 billion market cap. It was like 2 days.
Yeah, that's insane, huh?
I mean, man, people are. I don't know what's happening to crypto. If you put it this way, if I had $1,000 if I was coming from zero and had $1,000 to invest, I would put like 300 in Bitcoin. I would put 100 on ETH, 100 on Sol, 100 on XRP, 100 on Marbitz, of course, and then I would like get the rest of it and divide into like $20, $30, $50 max, and like just drop into some random new tokens and try it out, and do
Yeah.
most of it, like 60-70% on something safe. And
What's
then you try
wild, I
to
think, now
combo.
is this whole like, and I'm going to call it for what it is because it's manipulation, but this whole volume manipulation thing that I think is really crazy. Because I mean, you look at this Vine token right now, and it must have. I mean, Vern and I have talked about this a number of times. It must just have the most insane volume bot running on it. Like there's a whole entity, like a whole business entity that builds volume bots. You can build custom volume bots. Like it's absolutely crazy. And look, I think the gains in this bull market are going to be insane. I think people are going to make a absolute more money than they can comprehend. At the same time, though, I think people are going to lose a lot of money in this bull market. I think you're going to have people aping into projects that they don't understand it. This is why Vern and I did a couple of shows on our Wednesday Twitter space talking about how to read the blockchain, how to just understand a little bit around coding, because these are the sort of things you need to understand. This Vine token is wild. I mean, the volume's insane, but there's an element of manipulation. Let's put it that way. And you can tell that 101,000 holders, volume of $1.01 billion in terms of volume. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is the liquidity is real, so people are really taking money out of it real. So in some aspect, it is a manipulation mind screw of, especially the new people. But I'm already used to it, and I can kind of tell, like, okay, I see how this chart is running. Okay, got
Yeah,
probably 3 or 4 volume bots on it. Okay, cool. All right, okay, moneymaker. Okay, cool. All right, cool. But my thing is, all right, the thing is, what people don't understand is Vine, when they came out, they probably have Vine people behind it. So they're coming out the gate with $250,000 to play with. So, and that's how you make a successful $1 billion coin in a matter of a couple of days. But I like to slow roll it, to be organic and be real. And I think I got a way to do it. We just need to roll it out all at the same time. And I think we can do it. Yeah.
yeah.
But
I
nah,
think
I'm
that
gonna tell everybody this while we're live. Cuff did text me at 5 something in the morning and said, "Yo, Vine is running," and it was, I think, around 19 or 15 or 16 cents. And when I woke up, it was at like 35 cents. So at the end of the day, he did text me, but I mean, bro, I'm 5 in the morning. Like I think it's 4 his time. I gotta go to work and stuff.
Crypto
So
Vern is too rich to go check it out.
no, I was asleep,
He's
and I
like,
was
I
like,
made
"Dude,
enough money today. I don't want to check this out.
nah, man. I wish it was. I mean, but Uncle Sam came and visited me, man. So that's where my crypto money I had, like, all right, I got this 10,000, and like Uncle Sam was like, "Hey, oh yeah, 2019 when you did that Diddy move. Oh, okay, thanks." So yeah, but man, I'm gonna be back though. I'm gonna be back. The thing is, man, you got to get in the rooms with the right people, right? And I think we're almost there to where we're getting in the rooms with people that understand and know how to really do things. That's all I can say.
Yep. Awesome. I'm trying to read all the comments, guys. Yeah.
Have you seen? I totally haven't seen this, by the way, and I apologize, but they've rescinded Saab 121. That's crazy.
Some of the birth
Yeah,
certificate one,
Holmes was
is
just
that the
talking
one?
about.
No,
It's-
the staff accounting one. That's crazy.
It's what
Yeah.
makes institutions be able to buy Bitcoin.
Oh, somebody denied it. Oh,
They rescinded it.
Oh, anyways,
They got rid of it. They literally just decided to yeet it.
Anyways,
That's wild. It's crazy. Staff reminds entities that they should continue to consider existing requirements to provide disclosure that allow investors to understand an entity obligation and safeguard crypto assets held by others. Bullish news. Go White House.
hey, what I like is that commercial that you showed earlier. Like,
the ETF ones. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, he said, forget about the ETF, right? Own your own. Like, buy it straight from us. Like, so they just basically dissed the ETFs. I I'm like, whoa, okay. That's what you suppose. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is going to be interesting. We're already at 104,000. And everybody,
Yeah.
never mind. Let me just stop talking. People don't listen anyway. So,
But yeah, Holmes is
dear.
right. Big
allow
Yeah,
banks
exactly.
to, yes.
Yeah.
Allow banks to buy into these meme tokens. You know it's coming. Okay. Listen to this, everybody. Our
Now that's
president just
gonna be
came
a
out with
big
a
move
meme token,
for the banks. I'm
right?
sorry.
He came out with the meme token. There's ETFs. All of a sudden, there's a rumor about his Trump token being an ETF. Do you think he's really going to not let banks and institutions and like companies and 401ks and all that not buy into digital assets? Come on, man. He's looking at when he gets out of the White House. He's going to be a multi-billionaire, maybe the first trillionaire. Remember, he has the bank too. I mean, the exchange.
Just goes out and buys Binance.
Yeah. The U.S. can actually do that.
They're pretty wild.
Imagine
Yeah, but anyway.
it was like, I'm gonna put, U.S. Reserve onto Trump. It just
Yeah.
made a big move using Trump. That would be funny. I wouldn't. After this meme coin that he launched, whatever it is, token, I wouldn't be surprised with anything else happening. Like, if they came out tomorrow and they're like, we're not using dollar anymore, we're gonna use Doge, whatever, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Because that was, if I was doing, I don't know, an interview or something like that, and people ask me, what are the chances of this happening? What Donald Trump just did, I would be like, that's 1,000% impossible. Like, he's the president of the United States. And then he just goes out there and he's like, man, I'm changing history. And I can do it because I'm the president. That's it. And this is great, man. I mean, imagine if this was back in the last cycle, like when SHIB was pumping and all, and he did something like that, which was like the cycle of we got the altcoin season for the meme tokens now, but last cycle, not only the altcoin season, but like the whole full cycle, pretty much, many meme tokens were like pumping like crazy. So imagine if he's done something with SHIB or anything like that last cycle when he was all about, meme tokens. That would have been crazy as well. We would have been like in the millions right by now, because that would have had this next 4 years. This all this change. This next 4 years is to prepare for what I can call the next cycle. Game over. The next cycle will be the last chance to buy a little bit, not even much, but to buy a little bit. Because after the next cycle, it's gonna be like you're gonna 10 years from now, you're gonna look back, your kids or whatever, they're gonna ask you, Dad, how were you able to buy 0.001 Bitcoin? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah.
And hopefully you won't tell them, oh man, I heard about Bitcoin when it was like a dollar could buy thousands, but I never bought it.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I know when it was $2,000 a Bitcoin, you'd be like, why you buy something?
This is the funny thing about it right here too, but people are gonna be like, and like say what in 2040, like, man, I remember when Bitcoin was 100,000.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is actually a thing. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, you got to understand, man. Like, if Bitcoin, like, shoot, if everybody following what what's his name, BlackRock, Larry is talking about, if everybody does the 2% thing, that's like has like elite type of money and institutions and corporations, the S&P 500, companies. If everybody just put 2%, I mean, Bitcoin could go to 700,000. That's crazy.
Vern, by next cycle, we're gonna be doing lives on our private jets, man.
That's if you pick up a little bit. Like I said, this is the only thing I'll say, and we can wrap it up in a little bit. I bought one of my employees $99 a Bitcoin when it was at 16,000. The same Bitcoin certificate from 2 years ago is now like, I think it's like $700-800. So that person is not going to sell it, he said, until 2035 or something like that. So I might have changed his life if he keeps it.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. Like in 2 years, what bank can flip your money from $100 to almost $800-900 in a year and a half period? So that's what people got to understand. And the last thing I'll say is Bitcoin is now at $4,000. People are like, what are you talking about? Well, if Bitcoin goes to 200,000, well, guess what? You can catch Bitcoin at $4,000 right now. I rest my case. And that $100 will be probably $1,000 if it goes to 200,000. That's how you got to train your brain to think about Bitcoin. All right,
It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter the price of Bitcoin. It matters how much you have on your wallet.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Just hold it. The thing with Bitcoin, don't sell it. Just hold it. No matter what they say, they want your Bitcoin. BlackRock wants it. These institutions want it. So just hold it. And maybe you can buy yourself the dream vacation or even a dream house by just buying 1,000 right now. It's insane to think about. $1,000 right now can be what if Bitcoin goes to 1 million. But anyways,
Life changing
a lot. Yeah.
And if you have kids, think that as a, you know, when I was young, people were like, my parents, everybody's parents, well, most of them, or at least they would try it, even if they weren't able to. But when you were young, they were like, man, let me save money every month because by the age you're 18, I gotta pay for your college. How many of you heard that? So, but now it's different. You don't gotta pay for college to be broke and then try to work to pay your bills. You just gotta put that money into something that you know you're gonna be a multimillionaire. You're gonna be rich if you do that by the time that your kids are, you know, grown. So you know, what's better than that? But guys, time is running. I know we all got things to do.
It's wild. It's like an hour. And, how long have we been live for? Nearly an hour and a half. It's flown by. By last time as well.
Yeah, always great, man. When we have you guys here, the community is amazing. Many comments. We're always laughing. We're always reading and checking facts as well. But my man, Crypto Vern, first time on the channel. I wanna give you the last words for tonight. Of course, you're gonna be invited many more times.
No, man, give that to 2-bit. I said my piece with Bitcoin. People have to understand that and just flip your mentality and it will work out for you. Just think of Bitcoin as your 401k plan. And in 10 years, look back at it. If you save $50 every month, look back at it and call me and be like, you know what? I did what you said, Vern, and I appreciate it. I don't want no money from you. I just want you to be like, man, thank you. That's it.
I don't want no money from you either. I just want you guys to hold Marbitz and that's it. Let's push it.
Yes, of course. Great whales, great community, and a great leader. And anyways, go ahead, Two-Bit. Take it away.
Yeah, I do want you to buy Marbitz, though. Buy Marbitz.
What are your last words for the show? Thank you so much for joining us.
And of course, I'm buying more Marbitz.
Yeah, you know it.
Always, man. Always.
No, what I would say is that sorry.
Go ahead.
Too excited. What I would say, and I said this last time I was on the show, but we need to get you over 1,000 subscribers. We need to get you pumping because you know your content's good. You're a humble guy. You've got a lot going on, and look how you analyze things. And I know we've talked about it. How you go about business is just it's good and it's refreshing in the space. And you know, at no point does it become awkward. At no point is it kind of a clock watching, like you know. So I think. People need to understand what you're building. People need to understand what you're doing. And look, I would just say, look, thank you for letting us come on. And I think it's just good. And you know, I always kind of judge what that feels like when you're just chatting about things. And, you know, an hour and a half we've been live. And look, I think you'll do good things in this space. And I'm glad to have you as part of the Marbitz team. And I think, you know, we've got a big opportunity in front of us, let alone just in a general market situation. But I think we're in a world where we've been gifted an opportunity. We've surrounded ourselves by good people. And I think, you know, if you take nothing away from listening to us three chat, you know, that's what community sentiment is all about. And, you know, Marbitz brings us together and Marbitz brings plenty of people around us. So long may that continue. And look, what we will say is, you know, we are working incredibly hard in the background to bring innovation while at the same time being really adaptable to what we think the market conditions want. And I think that sets us aside from a totally different standpoint than many of the projects. So again, thank you so much for letting us on your channel. Everyone definitely needs to go and hit the like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, we definitely do this again one time.
Yep, yep.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it so much. Vern, thank you for coming here the first time. Like I
No
said,
problem, man. Hey, man, if you ever doing a live, man, and you know you bored or whatever, just let me know. I hate this camera, by the way. It automatically goes after 30 minutes, no matter what you do. These Canons, I don't know. We bought 3 of them, so I'm like, gotta go talk to Doc and be
Really?
like, Doc, you gotta do something with these cameras. But
Let
anyways,
me tell you what it is. That's your wife telling you to go.
no, that's not it. This camera does this all the time, and I'll be on a roll. Sometimes
Okay, I
it
don't
just
even know
goes
if you're
black.
married.
Oh my
Just
gosh,
disappears on us.
But thank you guys. Thank you. Great live. Thank you for the community. You guys are awesome. I'm not gonna get tired of saying this. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all the shares, for the subscribe. Thank you, Holmes. You should have been subscribed already, man. You're here every live. You're just subscribing now.
thank you, Holmes,
Thank
Daniel,
you, man.
Christine, Tim, Craig, whatever that name. I don't know what that name is. Hey, thank y'all for coming out, LKM. Thank you and appreciate your help and stepping up. And if anybody knows any some influencers or people that's good with spaces, let me know. Tell them to DM me. We're looking for a couple people, maybe. So y'all take care.
Always good. Always good to keep pushing, to keep sharing new
Oh,
content.
sorry. I gotta. Hey, Holmes. He's never gonna allow me on the show after the robot guy again. So just forget about that, Holmes.
That's not true. You've been on my show more than most people have. Just don't bring your voice changer this time. Pretend you're a Devil Project. It's weird when you do that.
All
Awesome.
right, y'all. No, I
Thank you,
Yeah,
appreciate it,
that's a
everyone.
story for
man.
another night.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all
Thank
catch
you,
me on
guys.
TikTok too. I'm gonna start going live on TikTok so I can just be the old man that I can be. And they'd be like, "Hey man, what's the market cap? Yeah, you see this and you see the liquidity. Don't buy this token because if the if the 80th person sells, the token's done." That's how I'm gonna be on TikTok.
Well, good time to
And
get into TikTok since it's getting banned.
I'll be back on TikTok on Saturday after getting banned for 3 days.
Oh, you got banned for 3. Oh, no. How did you get banned?
Yeah, I got banned for fraud and scams. I think I told people to buy Marbitz on TikTok and I shouldn't have done.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you can't. Oh,
So,
you can talk about, it, but you can't say go buy.
correct. So yeah, so I need to slightly adapt my TikTok approach.
I'm glad. Hey, yeah, there's a token out, but I can't tell you. You know.
Hey, you would regret not buying this. Just saying.
Right?
Anyway,
None of this is
cool.
financial
Okay.
advice, but
Yeah,
make sure you buy
exactly.
Marbitz.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
All right,
Guys, thank
y'all.
you so much. Thank you so much. Great live. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the other social media following up. Is there a space going on tomorrow?
No, we were supposed to last night.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, just
heard.
make sure people in the Telegram will try and dial something up. We might do one this weekend. We might do something
Awesome.
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, definitely.
Let me know. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
100%.
Have a great night, everyone. Let's
Cheers,
go,
everyone.
Marbitz. Let's
Take
go.
care.
Adios.
Bye bye. So when we end here, we're not live. Oh, well.